that Keisha did an 8-week program with me. If you can see here, she was quite inflamed, and nobody knew that because we don't know, she looked normal at the time. And I remember her expressing that she was depressed and had been quite sedentary because of her desk job. And I don't know if I have a picture of her feet, but her feet had slight lymphedema. And in 8 weeks, she crushed it. She focused, changed her diet, hydrated. She didn't want to move in the beginning, but Keisha will share with you at the end, she actually took Pilates. And I don't know how many times you're doing it a week now, but she started to walk every day. And if you just see how focused, right, and clear her eyes are now, and this is her bone structure, right? What you're going to lose is water retention and swelling, right? Those are toxins, right? So, 8 weeks later, she continued on. She continued to lose 30 pounds. Is that right, Keisha? I don't know if I put that right. Maybe it was 20. And then here is Angela. She's not overweight, but if you see in 8 weeks, she also lost her gut junk, right? And in the afternoon, she used to have a slump, and that was gone, right? Because she got rid of all that stuff she didn't need. So here's Keisha. I want to welcome Keisha today, our special guest. She improved her gut health. She lost weight she didn't need. And yeah, Keisha, are you there?
Hey, good afternoon.
Hey,
Well, it's
hey.
afternoon for me.
Yeah, are you able to get on video? Oh, there you go. Let me pin you real quick.
Okay.
And there you are. Okay, awesome. So, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are
Good,
you?
good, good. You're always in your car when we talk.
Yes, I know I'm on the move.
You look amazing, girl.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
So,
you.
can you share with the folks what was your intention when you started the program, and then what were your results?
Yeah, well, first of all, I've been on this journey of natural healing for a while now. And I've had different things going on with my body, and I've learned over the years that, traditional medicine, just doesn't truly heal, um, doesn't truly heal. And so when I came across Cynthia's, webinar and program, to me, it was like a divine connection, because the things that she taught and things that she was speaking of were right in line with my goals and my aspirations, in my health journey. Um, and so um, that's kind of how it got started. I'm sorry, I forgot the question. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Yeah, you were giving us a backstory, which is great. And then my
Yeah.
question was, what are your goals when you
Oh,
started, and then and how did it turn out at the end?
yeah. So when I started, my goals were to lose excess water and weight, to control, get my blood pressure at a normal level, um, and to improve my mental health. I think those were my pretty much my top three goals. Um, After the program, um, I did lose the excess weight. I'm actually currently at 122. Um, I weighed myself yesterday, but
And by the way, Keisha,
and
I already knew you were like going to be around 120. I was like, because you're my height. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
yeah, good for you.
yeah, thank you. But I did figure out something key about my blood pressure. Once I did start consistently working out, I realized that after a good amount of cardio, I would take my blood pressure before and after I did my cardio. And every single time after I did cardio, my blood pressure was at a normal level. And as I started being consistent with it, my blood pressure actually it's been normal. And I've been off blood pressure medication since before I started the program. Um,
Great.
yeah.
Awesome.
So
And then because at the beginning, and I just want to say real quick, and the reason why that it is friends is because high blood pressure is where your blood vessels are constricting. And so when everything we do in the program is made to dilate and open everything. And so that is what happens when you work out is now you're rushing your blood, your cardiovascular system is now moving, and now you have all these nutrients and all this great fluid, and so now all the nutrients are able to open, right? And so that's kind of the whole point is to open. Flow is health, constriction and obstruction is disease, right? And that goes across the board for everything. And so I wanted you to talk just a little bit about, like, in the beginning, you didn't want to work out, right? You didn't feel, but
yeah,
also had some aches and pains. Was that true? And then they went away. Can you talk about that?
yeah. Well, it wasn't necessarily that I didn't want to work out. It was more that I was trying to see how it fit into my schedule. Um, but um, but I just once I mean, but I had it in my mind that I was going to start working out, and so once I did start doing it, and I was consistent with it, um, my mental health improved, my energy improved, of course, my strength improved. I started seeing more toneness in my body, and and my sleep improved as well.
Great.
Um, so I never really considered myself having like sleep problems, but I did notice after consistently working out, like my um like deepness of sleep was like much better.
It's a trip because when you work out, you get endorphins, which is remember I told you, this is what I tell my clients who don't work out when we start, is like, I want you to fall in love with that endorphin high when you work out. You feel it now. Remember what I talked about? When you have
Yeah,
to work out, you're like, woo, you feel like it's just a pleasure feeling, right? Um,
yeah.
that actually is a sedative. So
Mhm.
when on the upswing, it's a high, and then on the downswing, it helps you sleep deeper. So that is why, again, why working out is so important. Or just moving, like walking. I think that's how you started. You were just walking every day. And then can you talk about the impact that had on your family when you did the cleanse?
Yeah, so me being the primary chef of the house, um, so I wasn't going to be making two different meals, uh, every day. So they ate what I ate. And so not only did it affect me, but it affected my husband and my children as well. My husband, he lost quite a bit of weight. It was a little bit too much for his liking simply because he's a bodybuilder. But but my son, he's actually considered overweight, and he lost some weight, and so it was just a benefit overall for um my entire household, and so much so that my husband, he's like, after my 8 weeks was up, he was like, I want you to continue. He encouraged me to continue making these same type of meals and eating the plant-based alkaline, um, because he noticed the benefit as well in himself. Um, so he wanted me to continue to cook in the same way.
Awesome. Congrats, Keisha. That's awesome. I want to have you wrap and just say, if people are thinking about doing a program, what would you say would be, let's see, why would you recommend it, let's say, to somebody else who was dealing with health issues?
I would recommend it because um, accountability is key. To have somebody who's dedicated to you and there to support you and encourage you and educate you, that's something that's really big. Um, you know, to try to do something like this on your own, it can be difficult, but to have that support and that encouragement, and especially the education. I want to put emphasis on the education because I learned a lot that I did not know, um, you know, from Cynthia in this program. And I just, you know, not only am I better, but those are around me are better because of it. So, so it's an investment in you. It's an investment in your future. Um, it's just an investment.
Yes. Keisha, I'm so happy that we aligned. And it's funny because when Keisha came to the webinar, she was the only one on the
Mhm.
call. This was months
Yeah.
ago, and we just locked in, and this is why I do this, because there are some people that just get it, like yourself, and you run with it. And that's really why I'm so happy that we got a chance to work together, and you're passing this on to your husband and your sons. It's just so critical. Like, people know my family story. Like, we inherit this stuff from our families, do we not? And then we pass it on to our families. And so congratulations, Keisha, on continuing to shift and model solutions that work and that are risk free, right? Like, come on, like,
Mhm.
let's get out of a system where we're putting ourselves in danger. And what it takes, Keisha, right, is accountability, right? You just have to decide,
Mhm.
like, I need to change. And having the right teacher is everything, and having a great student and collaborator is really what I call people that I work with, because at the end of the day, I'm not leading you, your body was leading the situation, and we were listening to it, right?
Mhm.
And so, anyways, so cool. Thank you so much. Keisha, is there anything else you want to say that you want to wrap up or share before we go?
Um, no, I don't think so.
Okay.
God bless everybody.
Okay. Thank you so much, Keisha. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your weekend.
You too. Thank you.
Okay. Bye.